Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our daily informational podcast. This is the Alkindros International Trading Podcast. I'm your host, Konstantin Kai Alkindros. Today there hasn't been a heck of a lot of, if any, development right now in the last 24 hours since our last podcast. Things are, I wouldn't say very quiet. I mean, we currently are in discussions with multiple parties regarding multiple products. So there are things that could potentially happen, as I've mentioned before. I'm not going to repeat the products, or I won't go into detail about each sort of product we're dealing with, but definitely some opportunities in milk powder, it seems, in gold, and also in masks, face masks, due to the coronavirus. So it's an interesting time. There was a lead that recently contacted me. A person recently contacted me out of Indonesia. So there is a buyer lead there that could be very exciting and could be fairly lucrative. So that was something that exciting that did happen today. Being contacted about that. So it'll be interesting to unpack that and see if we can't make a deal out of that. So there are some things happening. I guess it's not as quiet as it feels. But certainly there's sort of no new breakthroughs as of yet. But there's certainly things that look promising at this point, and but still need probing and prodding before there's any kind of potential deal that looks like can be made. It's probably not much more I want to go into. I don't really want to go into too much depth if there's not really much to kind of go into. I will say though, to add some kind of add something to today's podcast. I do see the value in learning not a second. I already have a second language. But sort of further gaining knowledge in other languages today. I do have, there was a contact in Italy who I've contacted about sugar, and unfortunately, it just seems to me he doesn't know a thing of English, so I've sort of had to sort of learn a bit of Italian in a short period of time thanks to Google Translate, so I've had to utilize that in order to continue communicating with him and give him the impression that I know Italian very fluently, which I don't really, but I know a little bit of Italian, but not enough to hold any kind of significant conversation with anybody. But at least if you get the impression that you're at least make out that that at least looks good to people that you're dealing with from other countries. So yeah, that's interesting. On top of that, I got complimented for my Italian, so that was nice. That gave me a nice ego boost. So we'll work through that one. I mean, yeah, right now there's really no breakthrough. Well, there was actually, I guess there was another breakthrough today. One of our associates can source low quality milk powder from Poland, which is sort of the product that we have. We do have a buyer or two for that in India, so we actually might be able to make a deal there, hopefully. So I guess there are some breakthroughs happening, little things that seem to be lining up. I guess there's not really sort of any kind of specific thing to kind of report today. At least initially I thought I had in my mind, but I guess it turns out there are a few things that are worth mentioning. So I guess I'll leave it at that today. We'll keep it short and sweet. If there's any sort of more major developments tomorrow, I'll obviously make it a longer podcast. So I won't deliberately try to sort of stretch this one out. I think we'll just leave it as it is. On behalf of Alkindros International Trading, this is Konstantin Kai Alkindros signing out. Thanks for listening. Before I go, I should mention, if you have any questions, whether they be questions about the company or questions about products, or you want to buy from us, of course you're welcome to contact us through Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, or also just through my number on there. So once again, on behalf of Alkindros International Trading, this is Konstantin Kai Alkindros signing out.